Hey, what's up? It's Andy and welcome back to my channel. So as promised, here's another video. So between my back to booktube video and the one you're currently watching, you should have seen a live stream if all went well. Today's video is the Golden Girls book tag, which was created by Josh over at Josh's Bookish Voyage. I don't know why I can't say that. Couple other things before we get started. I have an umbrella light and I'm not sure if this looks better or worse than usual, and I kind of don't like the reflection on my TV there, but I don't know what to do about it right now, and I don't feel like changing everything because it's hot. And speaking of which, you can probably hear my AC, but I'm not sorry about it. So this is a super fun book tag that has a prompt for each of the characters and some major themes in the show. And if you don't know, I'm such a Golden Girl stan, it's not even funny. So this was right up my alley, and I'm so glad that Josh tagged me to do this. And I'm sorry it took me so long to do it, Josh, but I'm here. I said I was gonna do it, right? So question number 1 is Blanche, a book exploring sexuality and relationships. The first book that prompt made me think of is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've talked about this book on my channel before. It was 5 stars, absolutely love it. And this does majorly explore like sexuality and what that means during, you know, certain times. A lot of this book takes place back in the 1950s and part of it is current day. It does a great job of not only talking about sexuality but relationships in general, whether those be platonic or sexual in nature. I'm pretty sure just about everyone and their mom has read this already, but in case you haven't, you totally should. The next prompt is Rose, a book that reminds you of where you grew up. And I've chosen Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I don't have the dust jacket. I think I've saved it somewhere. I didn't just throw it away, but I wanted to protect it, and I feel like they look better like this. But so this is a collection of poems, if you don't know, and these really remind me of my childhood. And this is special because it came from my grandma. She gave it to me, let's see, in September of '98. So I'll always cherish this. It's like that made it even more special. But I remember reading these poems in elementary school and just loving them, so it really just kind of takes me back to that time. And if you don't know, this question is perfect because Rose is always talking about back in the day when she was a little girl in St. Olaf. And also, speaking of Rose, I just had a total space cadet moment. With each one of these prompts, I wanted to show a tarot card from the Golden Girls Tarot that I felt like went along with this or was my favorite card featuring the character discussed. Like, this deck is super fun and actually a really good reader, so yeah. But this was, okay, so back to the first question, which was Blanche. We have the Chariot. This is my favorite card with Blanche. She's got her 2 men driving that chariot for her. So Blanche, so Blanche. And the card I picked for Rose is the Sun, which the Sun is so perfect for Rose. She's always cheerful. That's my favorite one for her. And now the next one is Dorothy, a book that made you feel smarter. I don't know if I'm going to get some hate for this because people think pseudoscience and whatever, but Psychic Witch by Matt Aron, oh my god. This pretty much changed how I think about meditation and my practice in general. So if that's something you're into, give this a read. This made me feel hecka smart because Matt Aron is a genius, first of all. If you care anything about any kind of witchcraft stuff, he's amazing. If you don't follow him, you should. Yeah, I'll always go back to this. This was such a help for me, and if you are even considering, not necessarily even witchcraft, just want to meditate and think about things and try to clear your mind, this is perfect. This will get you there. It goes step by step. And my card for Dorothy is death. I can just hear her deep, gravelly voice. And I love her depicted as the death card. It's amazing. And the death card is also about rebirth. And in the show, she kind of made a lot of changes and overcame a lot from her past. So this is amazing. And next up is, of course, Sophia. And it says, "Picture it, Sicily, 1922. A book featuring a character giving their life story." And you can't get any more life story, stream of consciousness than Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. This whole novel is Dolores, who is now elderly, telling the cops basically her whole life story, including a murder that happened in the past as it relates to a current day death. I don't really know what else to say about this without spoiling it. This story is amazing, and Dolores is old and crotchety and tells it like it is because she has nothing left to lose, honey, and you know it. This is probably my favorite Stephen King book, even though I think he's a little overrated and I'm kind of over it at this point. But this one, yes. And for Sophia, I have The Hierophant, which is perfect for her because she gets on her soapbox and is actually pretty smart and will break it down for you, give you life lessons. She's lived a long life. And I love her bag. This deck just makes me laugh. And the last character we have is Stanley, and that question is a book that you love to hate. Now, this is more of a love-hate relationship, which is Twilight in general. Basically very formative to my teenage years. I've talked about it before. I have a reading vlog where I reread the original first Twilight book. Long story short, I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars because actually I really liked Edward's perspective and all his murderiness way better than whiny, baby, annoying Bella. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I see the issues with everything that has to do with this in general, but I'm still trash for it, so definitely love to hate. Which is very similar to Dorothy and Stanley's relationship. And for Stan, the card I love the most for him is the Hanged Man. He is always putting his foot in his mouth, man. But the funniest part is look at the toupee. Just take it in. Now, the last 3 questions are kind of major themes from the show. So here we go. This is so fun. Cheesecake, a book that you love to read over and over again. And this might be kind of like, duh, like that's an easy answer, but I don't care. Like I can read Harry Potter over and over again, even though J.K. Rowling is a trash human being. Harry Potter staying for life. Yeah, not really ashamed of it. Half-Blood Prince is the best book in the whole series. Fight me. And of course, it would not be the Golden Girls Tarot without a card featuring Cheesecake. Oh my god, Blanche as the devil for one. Oh my lord. But the cheesecake though, so tempting, just like the devil. Next prompt is Golden, a book exploring aging in the golden years. I don't have a physical copy of this, but I'll pop up a picture here. This one was probably the hardest one for me to pick a book for, but I picked The Picture of Dorian Gray. And I actually only recently read this book. But this really goes into, I mean, it's a classic for one, so you pretty much, even if you haven't read it, kind of know the story basically. He has a painting of himself that turns old and horrendous, and he stays young and beautiful and nothing about him physically changes. So it really goes into the lengths people will go to stay young and appear young, and also how you can be very, very ugly in your soul and have done some very bad things, but still look very beautiful and appealing on the outside. And it's trickery. So yeah, definitely an interesting read. Not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, Oscar Wilde gets a little rambly, but I did listen to the audiobook read by Ben Barnes. child, let me tell you. And the card for Golden, when I first saw this deck, I laughed for like 20 minutes. The tower is Shady Pines, which is a retirement home. So that involves being old and golden. And yeah, it's caught on fire. It made me think of how Sophia burnt that place down with an illegal hot plate. So, yep. And next is thank you for being a friend. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing ever again. But thank you for being a friend. A book featuring a strong friendship group. I could have went a lot of ways with this prompt, but I chose The Last True Poets of the Sea. Now, our main character, Violet, goes to a small town and kind of becomes friends with an existing really close group of friends. There's a lot of angst, but there's also a lot of love and friendship. And this book overall is just beautiful to me, and I absolutely adore it. And I think my favorite character is the one that his parents own like a witch shop and he reads their tea leaves and he's just everything. Yeah, a great set of friends and maybe more. What better friendship card is there than the Three of Cups? I don't think there is one. There we have the three golden girls minus Sophia celebrating. And there's Cheesecake, hey. And last but not least, it says tag a friend and stay golden. I'm gonna tag my friend Tamika at Library of Tomes. I'm not sure if she's a major Golden Girl stan 100% or not. In my brain, everyone is, because why? But hey, if you're into it, I'd love to see you do it, Tamika. If you haven't watched her channel, she is amazing. She does a lot of romance, which I'm totally into romance. I'm kind of an omnivore reader. I can go a lot of ways. But yeah, she's definitely very romance heavy and thrillers too. Alright, that's it. Thanks again, Josh, for tagging me in this. And if you come across this video and you want to do it, feel free to do it. Let's keep the Golden Girls and books love going around and around. Also, comment and let me know if you also have the Golden Girls tarot. I also do have the Friends tarot that's made by the same company, so they look very similar. And is there a Friends book tag? Because I could do that. Do people hate on Friends now? I still love it. I don't care. Alright, anyways, that's it for me. I'm gonna get ready to be doing this live stream tonight, so you're watching this in the future. I hope some people, at least one person, has come to watch it. I'm excited. I've never done it before. Let me know how all of this is looking. I'm experimenting. I don't know. Again, the TV reflection isn't doing it for me, but hey, it probably won't happen again. I don't know if I'm too washed out or what. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I need to go. Shout out to Amelia for sleeping right over here. She sleeps all day long and wakes me up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm not bitter. Alright, anyways, thanks for watching. Check out my social medias, linked below. There's a link to get a discount on Book of the Month if you aren't already subscribed to it. It's not an affiliate link, but hey, it gives me a credit. If you sign up for it, you get the same kind of link too. Alright, thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!